Okay, I sent it to you.
Thank you.
Your exit looks clear. Stay behind the line.
It's low.
There's an incident in Zone 5.
Intercontinental ballistic missile.
Your quickest overall.
Hey Dad, if that's you, good to see you. This is kind of a one-off. I don't know whether I've talked to you about this one, but there's a special event this Friday. Actually, it's running several times this weekend, but I'm going to run it on Friday. The endurance race here at Road America in the Kamel GT cars. And I've picked up the Audi 90 GTO. Done a little bit of practice to try to learn how to drive it. I'm going to run it. It's a team event. It's a 500 miles, I think, as a team event. So all new, never done any of that stuff before, so should be fun. But it's also a multi-class event, meaning that there's two different kinds of cars, and that adds to the chaos.
Your
Hey
exit
Bjorn.
is clear. Watch the white line.
So lots of potential for tears in this one. I'm new to the car. This is my first ever Kamel GT race. My first ever multi-class race. I have really no idea how to be competent in multi-class, so hopefully just survive and not wreck anybody else.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 39 Celsius.
I'm in the slower of the two cars. And it's a little bit bizarre in the sense that it's way different from the Lotus 49. The biggest difference being that it's a turbo and it's actually four-wheel drive. You can change the differential
There's an incident in the carousel.
to provide more or less power to the front and rear axles independently. So thankfully I'm running a set that's provided by one of the regulars in the series, so I didn't have to worry about all that, so hopefully that'll be good. And here goes my first qualifying. Let's see what happens.
Pit exit's clear. Push. Okay, Glenn, we've got 2 laps. Let's get this done.
Similar to what you've seen in the Lotus 49 series, it's lone qualifying. 1 outlap and 2 flying laps to see how good you can do. The other thing I'm going to be very conscious of is that the gearbox in the Audi is a little bit finicky, and if you're not deliberate and do it just right, you can miss shifts in this one. And that's a rude surprise if you're trying to accelerate out of a corner, especially
Track temperature's rising. It's now 39 Celsius.
to the driver behind you. As you can imagine, with a four-wheel drive, completely different driving technique to the Lotus 49. Starting to get better at detecting when it doesn't downshift. That's usually where I miss the shifts. By feel and ear, but I still screw it up occasionally. And this week, largely because of the special event coming up, there's going to be a lot of newbies, I think, like me, to make things even more chaotic. I really feel for the regulars this week. They're probably excited to have all the participation, but trying to wade through all the noobish errors to make it through the race in one piece. Hopefully I can minimize the noobish errors, at least the ones that might affect somebody else's race. Biggest challenge for me is being confident getting on the power early enough. Missed that one.
P2.
Ignore that. I'm probably just one of the first ones to actually put down a lap. That, or there's very few Audis in the race. First things first, not forget to set the race set. The other thing to make this race completely different is it's a 40-minute race instead of a set number of laps, which means that interesting.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 34 Celsius.
Not sure why I'm failing tech here. Well, I'll have to research that.
That's the end of the session, P2.
All right, mostly Nissans. That's the other class. They're the faster ones, kind of the sexier ones, I guess. I'm driver number 15 based on driver rating. Qualified P2, a long way off. Carradine, that guy who qualified number 1 in the Audi series, I think is a long time regular, very fast. All right, but as I was saying, the other thing that's completely different is that it's a rolling start. So we do a whole lap, I think, pace lap, and I'm going to have to do a pit stop for the first time ever to make it to the end. So that'll be interesting. In the team race on Friday, we'll be sharing driver shifts. So we're going to drive one tank. At the pit stop, we'll change drivers, change all tires and fuel. "25 seconds left, and I guess you call this gridding. So I think the report was the Audi's last race, because it's a timed instead of lapped race. The Audi's last race did 29 laps-ish, or maybe the lead Audi did.
P2, 60 minutes. The track temp is 33. The air temp is 27
Oh
Celsius.
no. Is this a 60-minute or a
Follow car
40-minute?
number 22 in the right column. Okay, Glenn, here we go. Don't fuck this up. Catch up to car number 22.
I'm absolutely just going to follow Carradine's lead here. Interesting thing also is I think our race actually starts when the Nissans cross the start line. So we actually start racing from whatever our gap is before the start line. All right, wish me luck. There's a very good chance, based on my skill, my experience, and those around me,
Go, go, go.
that this could end in tears. Don't mind Philippe taking 2 on the start there. He's another regular, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just a regular in the other class and driving down for this one. It'll take a couple laps, but not very long before the Nissans start lapping us. Then our job is to watch our mirrors as much as anything else.
Right side. Clear right.
P3.
Missed that one.
Alright Glenn, the next car is Savoie. Incident in Canada Corner. It looks like Morris.
Ah, bummer, Steve. Steve was the driver just behind me this last half a lap or so. Well, this full lap. He's one of my teammates for the Friday evening team race. He's in the UK and we're racing with Gary Ho, who's in Singapore.
P4. Saunders is reeling you in. The gap's now 2.1 seconds. He's faster than you into turn 6. The gap to Savoie ahead is now 3.1.
I didn't count the actual number of Audis. 7 or 8 or 9 or something like that. That was a better
Track
corner that
temperature's
time, I
decreasing.
think.
It's now 37 Celsius. The gap to Saunders behind is now 2.3.
A little bit of telemetry I had a chance to analyze from some of the regulars.
The gap to Savoie ahead is now 3.1 seconds.
Indicated that I needed to get on the power much earlier out of that last corner. So I'm going to try and experiment with that. Missed that apex. Where are we? Lap 5. I have no concept of when to expect the Nissans to start lapping us. I need to remember
Glenn,
to keep my eye on that.
For refueling, 53 minutes into the race.
Yeah, this is the longer race than I expected. I thought this was a 40-minute race. Yeah, this is a 60. Whew. This will be longer than the stint I'm planning to do on the team race. Can't believe I missed that shift. I guess it's going to happen occasionally.
Blue flag.
Car right. Clear right. Car right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear right. Car left. Clear left.
There's a group of
Ouch.
faster cars behind you. They're racing for position. Blue flag.
On your right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear right.
P5.
Clear right.
Blue flag.
Not sure what I could have done there. I think Andy pushed it. And
Shown us the meatball flag. We'll need to
forgive
come in
me,
for
Andy, if you're a
repairs.
regular, but I think you saw the Nissan coming. Wasn't anywhere else for me to go. Guess I could have pulled out, but I think that was your responsibility. All right, so what did I learn from that? If I hadn't missed the shift, I would have been a little bit further ahead of Andy. Maybe that would have been easier when the Nissans came by. I'll have to go back and look at the replay. In fact, I can do that now. I'll have a little bit of time to find out what I could have done differently in that situation. All right, so let's go back here. So that's Federico. Let's watch from here for now. Nissans are coming through. Andy's got a run on me. I'm the green and yellow car up front. Nissan's pushing through. Andy did not need to be nearly that close. Not sure exactly what he was thinking there.
Looks like a misship like Patrick Carpentier.
And I don't know whether he's an experienced Audi racer or not, but I think I was giving him plenty of room. I could have given him another couple of inches, but he didn't need it.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 35 Celsius.
And I'm sure what he's watching is he's watching this Audi right here on the right in his rearview mirror. He doesn't want to move too far to the right. But I don't know what else I could have done. Still towing. So if we move up here, this is Aaron. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Glenn, the pit window is now open.
Sorry, bro.
And who knows, maybe he just misjudged it.
Perdón, Cristian, no entendí la maniobra.
I could have given him another few inches, maybe a foot over here on the left. I don't think he needed to. I needed to. There was plenty of room in the middle there for 3 cars abreast. Not comfortable, but it's there. So I don't know exactly if this was a racecraft move to pinch me or what, but
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 34 Celsius.
I don't know what I could have done differently there. Backed out, maybe. Let's check on our repairs. 5 minutes required repairs. So unfortunately, this guy, Aaron, I bounced off him. Martin, Timothy Reed, I think those are regulars. So let's watch from back here, see what happens as this unfolds. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could have just not been there, backed out when he started squeezing, but I don't know. Well, we did expect it to end in tears, and it has. And I think I might have been drivable if it hadn't been for the way I hit that barrier. Stuffed the right front there.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 35 Celsius.
And including where he took me out there and the love tap he gave me at the start of that straight, that's a quick 8 incidents. Guess he was trying to over-under me? I don't know. Probably didn't do any damage to me, other than the incident points, but neither of us got a great exit because of our compromised entry.
The track temp's increasing. Well. It's now 36 Celsius.
So I'll do the optional repairs too, because why not? It's an hour race. Still 39 minutes left to go in the official race. Should I? I think I'm going to be max fueled when I leave. Five seconds. Yes, they filled me.
The pit exit is clear. Push now. There's an incident in turn 1. It looks like it's Saunders. Okay, Glenn, there's a faster class car approaching. Blue flag. Morris, he's getting closer. The gap's come down to 12 seconds. He's faster than you, entering turn 3. Blue flag. Incident in Thunder Valley. Yellow flag, watch out. The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 35 Celsius.
While I'm thinking about it, Dad, I did do a little bit of adjustments to the audio levels, so hopefully you can hear me a little bit differently now. I don't know for sure how many exactly lap equivalents I was in the pits for, so I don't know whether to guess if this tank's going to take me to the end or not.
Morris is getting closer. The gap's now 11 seconds. You're quicker than you, entering turn 3.
I guess Steve was in the pits also for a little bit. I didn't see for how long. So I don't know how much less fuel Steve might have than I do right now. Could be just that he's faster and I'm still shaking off my incident. As much as I need to use these laps for learning laps, I also want to treat it a little bit like a race and just go.
There's a faster class car approaching.
But there just isn't enough time for me to get a bunch of practice in that's not also in a race.
Okay, Glenn, there's a car exiting the pits. Heads up. Blue flag. There's an incident in turn 6. We think it might be Ackerman.
Right side. Clear right.
The gap to Morris behind is increasing. It's now 12 seconds.
And that Nissan behind me just came out of the pits. You can tell on the relative screen by the different
car behind.
colors which class the car's in. As you can probably tell, the Nissans are much higher powered, and they're a downdraft or a downforce car, which means they've got a bunch of aerodynamic grip also. So just to make the multi-class that much more interesting, these two cars drive completely differently. The fastest line for each of them is much different. And that leads to lots of conflict and challenges on track.
Morris is gaining on you. The gap is now 11 seconds.
Really well done.
Alright, Glenn, there's a faster car approaching. Blue flag.
I don't know if that was the right decision or not, but
fuel.
seriously compromised line through turn 5, my line through turn 5 there to give him the room just because he seemed to catch me right
Morris is reeling you in. The gap's
about
now
the time I was
10
going to turn in.
seconds. The faster class cars are catching. there's a faster car approaching. Blue flag.
Thank you. Gives me a little bit of draft there. I like that.
Blue flag. The gap to Morris behind is increasing. It's now 11 seconds. Blue flag. The track temperature is increasing. It's now 36 Celsius. Faster car behind.
On your right. Clear right.
Alright, so got a clear patch behind me. Not Jeff. Steve's 12 seconds behind, and the nearest Nissan is about 20. Hopefully I've got a little bit of space, breathing room here to learn
The
to
track temperature's rising. It's now 37 Celsius.
do some learning. Looking for green delta bars as I get, hopefully, a little bit smarter about how to drive this car on this track.
The gap to Morris behind is now 12 seconds.
Missed that one.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 38 Celsius.
Missed that downshift again, but at least I recognized it before I tried to accelerate out. Small victories.
Okay, Glenn, there's a faster class car approaching. Blue flag. The gap to Morris behind is now 11 seconds.
Good news about a long race is lots of practice.
There's an incident in Bill Mitchell Bend. We think it might be Morris. track temperature is increasing. It's now 39 Celsius.
Unlike any other kind of racing I've done, of course, I have to add that looking behind me to my scan.
E7. There's a faster car approaching. The gap to Morris behind is now 17 seconds. Blue flag.
Steve behind me had a moment or something. I have not put 7 seconds into him just on pace. He had some type of off or issue or something. Bummer, Steve. Whatever's going on.
Blue flag. Morris behind is pitting.
On your right, clear right.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 41 Celsius.
It's going to be a slow lap. Way too deep on that one.
Okay, Glenn, there's a faster car approaching. Blue flag. Sixth place. Nail every corner. Let's take whatever chances we can. That's 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes.
A very patient
Car right,
Nissan,
clear
thank you.
right.
Appreciate that, Christian.
Saunders ahead is pitting.
Had a good entry from that corner, but I was distracted by the Nissan, so I didn't actually see what I did right. And not get that one right.
flag.
This will be interesting.
The car behind's a faster class.
That was hairy. Looked for a second like he might be willing to wait for me, but I didn't take the apex just to be safe. What lap is this? 15? Might be worth going back just to do some analysis on that one. See if I made the right decision or not. The best advice I've heard from the Audi drivers, and from everybody I guess, is for the Audi drivers just to
Alright Glenn, your lap times are pretty consistent.
stay on their line and be predictable. Let the Nissans figure out a way around.
There's a faster car approaching.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Be another interesting one.
Blue flag.
Patient, thank you. Very patient.
Clear right.
Incident in turn 14. It looks like it's Morris.
Sorry about that one, Glenn. That was more awkward than it needed to be.
No worries, I appreciate it. $15.45 remaining.
The lead car's pitting. The track temperature is falling. It's now 39 Celsius. Okay Glenn, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. Come on, let's put this hard work to good use.
Felt that one not go into second, that's good. Getting a little bit better at not missing and a little bit better at noticing when I do.
track temperature's falling. It's now 38 Celsius.
I'm broke, you're gonna get me.
Green sector, I like that.
Okay, Glenn, you've used half your fuel. There's a faster class car behind. Blue flag.
Thank you, Aaron. Very patient, appreciate that.
Don't do that again, MVP.
Okay, Glenn, faster car approaching. It's their class leader.
Left side, clear left.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 37 Celsius. Looks like P3's gone off in turn 3. There's a group of faster cars bearing down on you. These guys are scrapping for position. Blue flag.
Hey, don't do that. Just take the racing line.
P6. Alright, Glenn, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 36 Celsius. Blue flag. Faster car behind.
It'll be interesting to see what my tire state is when I'm done. I think the tires are falling off a little bit as far as less grip, especially on the front. I seem to be pushing a lot more through the corners. I don't really know what to expect, so pure guesswork on my part.
Blue flag.
Car right,
Thank you,
clear
Alexander.
right.
Okay, Glenn, there's a faster car approaching. Blue flag.
Left side. Clear left.
Blue flag. The car behind's a faster class. There's an incident in turn 14. Okay, Glenn, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Completely messed up that entry. I was distracted looking at my fuel state. I got plenty of fuel.
Okay, Glenn, there's a faster class car approaching. Blue flag.
Right side.
Fernando must be damaged
Clear
or
right.
something. Looks like my VR position drifted a little bit there.
There's an incident in Canada Corner. It looks like Saunders. There's a faster car approaching. 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Alright, so this will be my last lap. I think. Oh, maybe not. I think Timothy Reed is the class leader, just behind me. So this will be his last lap. Oh, yeah, and I think that I'll
There's a faster car bearing down on you. He's the
finish
class leader.
at the end of this lap too, because it'll be my next lap after his finish. So I think that's how it works. We'll see. It's all an experiment. And I make my last lap, also my fastest.
Alright, Glenn, there's a faster car approaching. Blue flag. Incident in turn 1. B6, that's the end of the race. Bad luck, mate.
Okay, well, let's see. What do we learn from that? Not sure we could learn anything from our incident. Might be nice if there was a way to chit-chat with Andy. I'll go ahead and drive a few more corners. As much time as possible as I can get in this car. And help blunt the negative impact of those 8 incident points. I think I ended up with just 8. 1 for the love tap in the corner behind and or quarter before. And then a big one. Let's see. I do think I'm driving into the corners a little too fast still and not exiting fast enough. I think that's a combination of me just being maybe braking too late. Or at the very least not being able to get on the power as soon as I should. And it is such a different line, of course, to the Lotus 49 that it's understandably going to take me some extra time. Alright, there's the end of the cooldown. Alright. Let's see. There was something on lap 15, right? Not with Andy, but with me. I think there was maybe an awkward pass or something I wanted to take a look at. Is it that one? Might have been that one. Oh, and was this Dano? No, this was Barry. So let's see it from his perspective. Full speed. Yeah, I think he was a little late, maybe just to decide that there was no gap there. Yeah, it can be really misleading, I understand, to the Nissans because the Audi understeers and pushes so badly that we have to wait and exit or enter the corners much later. So what looks to them like us giving them room on the inside is actually just our normal line to make the apex. Maybe that's what he experienced here. And to his credit, he had plenty of time to react. Checked up, went on the inside, no worries. I think that's what I wanted to look at on my lap. I'm not sure why it says lap 11. Thought I was on 15. Was I clicking the wrong thing? Oh, maybe it was this one. Yeah, I think this was the one I was actually looking at. From his perspective, full time first? I mean, real time? Yeah. So I think he was giving me the courtesy of the apex here. I just didn't take it because I wasn't sure. Yeah, I think he was giving me the apex here. I didn't take it, left it open for him. I think he appropriately determined about the right time of what I was doing and pushed it through, so worked out well. Could I have shown him that any sooner? Not really. Like maybe if I'd gone slowed up significantly and made it obvious that I wasn't planning to go in before him. I don't know, maybe. Worked out. He got a little bit horsey on the throttle on the exit, but not too bad. All right, yeah, I think that's what I was looking at. Otherwise, I think we already looked at my first incident. I'm going to save the replay. I'm not sure that there's anything I can learn from that, but who knows? All right, how are we doing? Hey, Bjorn, I see you in the chat. All right, so let's take a look at the damage. minus 0.2 of safety, not unexpected, and minus 32 driver rating. All right, out of curiosity, Philippe won the Audis. No, sorry, Andreas won the Audis. Best lap time 2:05.1. I'm going to be like 3 seconds off of that. Almost. Bjorn, good job. It looks like you took 4th in the Audis. How many did we have? 8. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 8, I guess. Okay, well, that was definitely a learning experience. Hey, Bjorn. So what else? In the end, I finished 9 laps down. I think I spent about 7 or 8 minutes at least, including including both the required and the optional repairs. So that's painful. And I do think, except for that end of the slide where that right front got crushed by the barrier, I probably could have gotten away with just body damage and hopefully would have been able to drive at least, but maybe been down a little bit on top speed. So it's too bad because otherwise the collision, although the collision with the Nissan was pretty tough. Yeah, no way to tell. All right. Anyway, I'm going to try to get the normal dinner stuff done and maybe be able to run the next race at 9 o'clock Eastern. Dad, so I'll keep you updated on that. Bjorn, you're probably headed to bed. Sleep well. I'll see you this weekend. All right. See you guys later. Bye.